Hello, this is Siddharth Mishra and I'm going to be making tutorials about Blender. Blender is an open source 3D animation program you can get from blender.org and it's really good. I highly recommend it. This tutorial is about getting started with Blender because there aren't many tutorials on that, and when you first get started with Blender it all looks messed. It looks like a really messed up program, but it's actually not. It's actually really organized, and in other words, organized is kind of messed up. So yeah, you can call it a messed up program, but it's really good. So let's get started. I just opened Blender 2.62, the latest version yet, and you should see a screen that looks like, yeah, like this. And this is the default cube. It's a mesh, and this is the lamp, and this is the camera. The camera records what's happened, the animation. When you animate this by adding keyframes, the camera records it. And press 0 on your numpad to go to camera view. Go to the camera view. It's if you can't see, it's written over here which button I'm pressing. So yeah, press 0 back to get out of it. So if you are rendering an image, it renders from the camera's point of view. So it's looking like this, and when I render this, it'll look exactly like that. You don't need to press 0 to render an image. If I'm like this, I'll just click render, and image will be rendered like it's seen by the camera. And this lamp lights up the scene. So if I move it here and render image, it will light up the lamp here. And if you want to see how much it affects, go here and texture. This shows you that there's a lot of light applied on this face and not much on this and this. Press 0 to go. And press Alt Z to get out of this mode, texture mode. Press Alt Z to go into texture mode. Press Z to go into wireframe mode. It's just the lines how it made up. It doesn't show you the faces. Yeah. So when you press 0 here, and if you want to see it from the front view, you don't always have to adjust it like this to precise. Just press 1 on your numpad, front perspective, and you can move it by Alt Shift. No, not seriously. Cut that out, because I'm gonna show you what you can do to move it. Oh. If you press the Shift and middle mouse button, you can move this. Shift and middle mouse button, you can pan. And if you just press middle mouse button, you can orbit around the stuff thingy, the mesh. Sorry. So I'm gonna press 1 to go to front perspective. So I'm gonna go like this. But in the front perspective, you can always go from here. But what if you only want front perspective to be like only a square? So you can't go up and you'll see this part. So press 5 and this will take you. So no matter how much far you get, it'll just be a square. But it'll still be 3D. Press 1, press 5 to go. This is orthographic mode. Press 3 to go into right and press 7 for top view. Yeah. And press 5 to get out of the it's on your numpad. Okay, every number I say. So get out of orthographic view. If you want to move an object, if you want to delete an object, press X and then D, or you can press X and click D, left click, and press Ctrl Z to go back to this view, to undo. Yeah, Ctrl Z to undo. Now I'm just going to move this object. What you can do, hold right click and then move, and then you can move it around, and then you can hold right click and move it around, or you can press G to move it around. G, it's over here if you're wondering. It's like over here, see, G to move it around. And or you can scale it, or you can scale it and make the most without clicking, just scale it, or you can press R to rotate. If you just want to rotate on the Z axis, press R and Z to rotate on the Z axis. Press R and X to rotate on the X axis. R and Y to rotate on the Y axis. You can do the same with grab. You can do the same with moving an object. Press G, Z, move it on the Z, G, Y, move it on the Y, and G, X, move it on the X. So it's the same with scale. I'm not gonna repeat it because it's kind of getting boring and long. So that's it. And yeah, one more thing. If you have a Mac, oh sorry, I forgot to tell you how to add an object. Press XD to delete it, and place the 3D cursor, this thing right here, or in the middle. Sorry, that came up in the middle. Press Shift A to add anything. Add anything like a speaker or an armature, meatball, surface, curve, or mesh. Or you can just go here to add those stuff. It's the same thing, but I find the keyboard shortcuts more simple. Shift A, I can add a monkey. I like monkeys, they're smiley. Yeah, I'll just delete the monkey and add it again. Sorry. And you can change it over here. You can rotate it. And like location, I can align it to view to face me. Just click align to view over here. If you're wondering where that is, align to view. Check this, it will get aligned to view. Uncheck this, and will not be aligned to view. I want it aligned to view. And just click smooth for shading, for smooth shading. And when you press render image, it should render the monkey. Yeah, I'm an awesome monkey, yo. Add plane, scale it. Press S and 8 to scale it 8 times. And grab the monkey on the Z axis, Z and Z, making it look like that. Now you have added a plane. So yeah, now you know how to do those stuff. And another thing, if you have a Mac, you won't have a numpad or a middle mouse button. Unless you have a USB mouse, you won't have a middle mouse button. To make it only a single mouse button, sorry. To make it only a single mouse button, press File and go User Preferences. And you can go Input. And you have to check Eliminate 3-button mouse. Check that. Because it will eliminate a 3-button mouse. And you don't have a numpad. So click Eliminate. So check Eliminate numpad. And you can adjust, you can, if you have a, you won't be able to, wait, sorry. See, yeah, if you eliminate 3-button mouse, yeah. So yeah, you can play around with this stuff to get what you want exactly. So yeah, exactly like that. And now it's just, yeah, so that's basically it. And bye, see you next time on my other future tutorials.